How's it going, YouTubers? Coming at you from West Tennessee this evening. It's cold. I'm chilly. Us southern fellers, we ain't used to real cold weather, but it's about 22 degrees right now. As you can tell, it's cool in my shop. I was gonna do some work today, but kind of talked myself out of it. I don't feel like freezing. Got my little heaters turned on, but they ain't doing just real swift at keeping it warm in here. So I thought I'd do a little review over my toolbox and what few tools I have. Keep in mind that I'm not a professional. I do quite a few repairs for myself and neighbors and friends, things like that. That's about the extent of what I do. I have a full-time job doing other things, but I do like to work in my shop. I built my shop myself with the help of friends and family. Helped me get it built, but I try and do as much of my own stuff as I can to keep from paying somebody else to do it, I guess. I'm a tightwad, I know it. But anyhow, let me show you what I got here. Okay, so this is a new toolbox that I just bought about a month ago. It's a Husky 52-inch top and bottom drawer. I got this from Home Depot on sale. I don't know if they've got new models coming out or what the deal is, but I've been bad needing a new box. My other box is just it was a triple stack, but it was only like 26 inches wide or something like that. It was an off-brand, but it was overflowing and the drawers was wore out in it. But now I've had it for years, so it's done good. I can't complain about it. But one thing I really liked about this toolbox was the way the door opens up on it. It's got the lift assist. I really like that. The other thing I really liked was the deep top shelf where I can put my drills and impact drivers and stuff, and the door still closes. And I got plenty of room to set my laptop. I got my OBD sensor and some gloves. Charge strip in there. I can plug my phone in and keep my chargers plugged up, and my handy dandy hood light. I mean, I love this thing right here. It is awesome when it comes to needing to shed a little light on the subject. Little magnetic hangers. I found out real good place to keep it up there out of the way, and I can shed some light if I'm working down here. Top drawer is standard wrenches. I got a set of Harbor Freight stubbies, set of Craftsman standard. This is the first set of wrenches I ever bought. They were Challengers. Probably bought those when I was 9 or 10 years old. Kept up with them. Still have the whole set. Kind of proud about that. Couple of snap-on wrenches. Little flexible box drive on the end. These are really nice wrenches. I wished I had the whole set of those. Those were passed down to me from my dad when he retired. He gave me some of his stuff. This here's a set of cheapo no-name China wrenches, large wrenches. I don't use large wrenches a whole lot, so I couldn't justify spending a whole bunch of money on a big set. Somebody bought me this set of gold short double boxed in wrenches. They're no names. Well, they're from Tractor Supply. I know where they come from, but those have proven to be a very handy little set of wrenches. I use them all the time. Wouldn't mind having a larger set of them. I'm also looking at getting a set of the wrenches like that from Tecton, but they're the ratcheting style ones. Leave me a comment what y'all think about those. But that's my standard wrench drawer. This is my metric drawer. My metric drawer needs a little help. I need to get a new set of metric wrenches. That's a set of the stubbies from Harbor Freight. I think they had them on sale that day. It's probably why I wound up with them. Crow's foot, a couple of crow's feet. Set of Stanleys, set of gear wrenches. I love these ratcheting gear wrenches. I'm always afraid to break nuts or bolts loose with the ratchet end of them. I'm afraid I'm going to break the ratchet out of it, even though they have a lifetime guarantee. I did strip out the 15mm and carried it back to Napa where I bought it, and they just handed me a new one. No problem, so I'm real happy about that. I'm looking at getting either the 15 or 22 piece gear wrench non-ratcheting metric wrenches. They're like $100 or $120 for I think they go from like 6 to 24 or something like that, but they don't skip most sizes. I think a couple of the big sizes skip a couple, but man, it drives me up a wall worse than anything is sets that skip. These are my screwdrivers, just a mixed match of screwdrivers. I guess that set of DeWalt's is the only set that I have that's an actual set. The rest of them I've just kind of pieced together or picked up here and yonder. Looking at getting another set, not really sure. I'd like to get rid of about 70% of all this mixed match stuff and just get one good set. That's a set of Torx from Harbor Freight. They were real nice for working on weed eaters and chainsaws, things like that, especially steels and Husqvarnas. Set of picks, set of ratcheting screwdrivers. This isn't a ratcheting screwdriver, this is a Milwaukee electrician screwdriver, and I have used the fire out of this. It changes so many different ways, and especially wiring houses and stuff. I really like that screwdriver. I've used it quite a bit. Money well spent. This is my probably my favorite drawer, most used drawer, I would say. I've got all my ratchets and sockets. I've got Allen's, Torx, standard and metric Allens, 3/8 deep and shallow, 1/2 inch deep and shallow, standard, deep, impact sockets. Don't have a set of shallows. I'm looking at getting a set of shallow impact sockets eventually in 1/2 inch. 3/8 deep wall impacts, short chromies, 1/4 inch. I needed this, what was that? 1 3/8. I was doing a job, I think I was rebuilding the front end under a truck. Can't remember what I needed that for, but I needed it right then, so I had to run and get it. And the only way I could find an 1 3/8 was in 3/4 inch drive, so I had to get a reducer. And I just left the reducer in it because that's the only socket that I have that's 3/8. So I used it that day, and I don't think I've used it again. This little ratchet right here has turned out to be quite the gem. It's a Pittsburgh Harbor Freight 72 tooth flex head. I've heard a lot of people complain about this ratchet, that the head gets loose on it, but I haven't had that problem with it yet. Let y'all know how that goes. Really like that ratchet though. It's comfortable, easy to use. Love the 72 teeth. Craftsman ratchet I don't use much. Snap-on. This is a Snap-on ratchet that when my dad retired, he gave it to me, and I have used a fire out of this ratchet, and it's done very well. Well, I think the Snap-on tool review or something like that, a guy put a video up on how to tell the age on these. I thought that was really cool. I used it turned out with that little mark right there in the sheet that he posted, it turned out to be a 1999 ratchet, and if something ever happens to it, I'll definitely have to have it replaced or repaired. And thinking about getting the Snap-on of this ratchet with the comfort grip, see how that holds up. Need to get a 1/2 inch ratchet. I don't know if I want one in a flex head or not. Might try and get the Harbor Freight one for now to see how it does, but I'm not for sure. Extensions, 3/8, wobbles, adapters, what have you. A couple of breaker bars, Craftsman, and I don't know what that is, no name probably. Another no name 3/8. This is a long handled 1/4 inch drive. I've used it quite a bit. It's real nice for getting into tight spots that you can't reach. The torque wrench that I use mostly for just torquing lug nuts. This socket set, usually it's supposed to be in the toolbox in the back of my truck just to have a spare with me. And there's my 1/2 inch ratchet and breaker bar and extension. Most of the time when I'm using 1/2 inch sockets, it's with an impact gun. This is my pliers drawer. Snap ring pliers from Craftsman's. These work pretty good. You can adjust; they're adjustable for the direction, either outside snap rings or inside. It was kind of an expensive little deal. I wished I'd have bought just several different snap ring pliers, which I'm probably going to do in the future because it's kind of bulky and it's hard to get into tight spots. Which rebuilding transmission one time I had trouble with. Pipe cutter, pipe wrench. Just I wound up using a CD rack. This is an old CD rack that that I'm using to store my pliers and stuff in and keep them standing upright. I really like that. I had all my pliers laid out sideways, but it just took up so much room in my drawer. This worked out real well for it to kind of keep them out of the way. And I can see what I have going on. That's just air tools that I use. I've got some more tossed over that I don't use. That's the empty drawer, so I've got room for growth. That's always a good thing. This is my this is a drawer I don't typically like to get into a whole lot, just for no other reason but because it's sledgehammers, pry bars, punches, clamps, hacksaws. Usually when I'm in this drawer, something's not going right. If I need a pry bar or a sledgehammer or a punch, I'm usually not having a great day, but still got to have all that stuff nonetheless. This is my precision tools and some of my diagnostic stuff. I got some Starrett digital dial calipers and a couple pair of no names and some Starrett micrometers and feeler gauges and compression testers and bore gauges. Don't use that stuff a whole lot. Here I got a Milwaukee screwdriver and heavy duty sawzall. Highly recommend that sawzall. For an electric sawzall, I've used a fire out of it and it hadn't quit yet. I call this my air drawer. It's just valve stems, plugs, air chucks, some gas line, pressure gauges. I broke my one day I was working on tires and broke my valve stem remover, so I just took a old screwdriver and cut the head off of it and used a Mataba wheel and cut a slice in the end of it, and that's worked really well for taking out valve stems. So I know they sell them, but I didn't have one and I needed one, so I made one. I'll probably use that till it breaks and then I'll worry about getting something else. Electrical drawer, crimps, multimeter, fuses, strippers. This is an awesome little butane torch for shrink wrap or anything like that. I've used it some. Electrical tape. Gotta have electrical tape and duct tape. Taps and easy outs. I've got a staple gun. No, these are not breath mints, but can't do this one-handed. Anyhow, that's all my itty bitty. Oh heck, brain went dead. Taps. I got some tiny taps for some real small screws and stuff, and didn't have any good way to store them without losing them, so I put them in that little box. Allen keys. Don't use them a whole lot anymore. Do sometimes. Measurement box. This is squares and tape measures and rulers, you name it, it's probably in there. This is one box I'm real happy about, or drawer. My other toolbox I had all my bits in. It was just kind of a drawer. It was nothing but a pile of bits, and you just dug through it till you found what you wanted. At least this way I can spread them out and see a little bit more of what I have. And that makes that a lot nicer. Just some paperwork and receipts. Grinder, pullers, cut-off wheels, piston ring compressor, timing light, flare set, and I think that's pretty much it. That's all I have for my box. One thing I will have to say, this DeWalt 18 volt impact driver, I absolutely love those. That's the third one that I've had. I've still got two of them. Only wore out one so far in about the last 5 or 6 years. Really wanting to upgrade to the Milwaukee impact gun. They've got the impact 3/8 impact driver and a 3/8 ratcheting like an air wrench, but it's a 12 volt lithium ion. By all means, please comment on those. I'm wanting to get that set, but I'm not for sure if that's exactly what I want or not. I wish they sold it in a kit, but unfortunately you have to buy them individually. I just want the 3/8 impact gun and the and the ratchet, the 3/8 ratchet. I wish they sold a kit with just those and 2 batteries and a charger, but I'll probably wind up having to buy those separate. But that's pretty much my toolbox. Like I said, I'm not a professional. Yeah, I've got a lot of cheap tools in there, but if I did this every day for a living, I'd probably have some better tools. And I've got some tools to order, but some of them I want to look at and feel and touch before I have to spend the money on it. So, and that's pretty much my toolbox tour. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy my channel. I'm gonna try and have some more stuff coming y'all's way. Appreciate y'all sticking with it this long. This will be my first video uploaded to YouTube, so maybe that'll work out, and we'll do some shop reviews and some of the stuff that I work on. I got a diesel engine tore down right now. I got a transmission I'm working on, so I got a lot of stuff I'd like to show y'all. I'm always down for more information, so please comment away below. I'll sure read them all and get back to you if I can. But y'all have a good day. Appreciate it.